Unit 4, Empathy Altruism. In the classical definition, empathy is when you are putting yourself in someone else's shoes. That seems to be a key step in understanding ideas and fact, and off-course behaviours that differ from your own. Strangely enough, this is a very hard thing to do. First of all, it's an active skill. It's very important to understand differences in order to build real and effective relationships, with the result of communicating more effectively. This skill needs practice and can be developed by any grade school. Empathy is not easy to use, especially when we are in a critical situation. As we think about empathy in a well-functioning classroom, the physical state can serve as a metaphor for the health of the social-emotional learning setting. Sometimes, like every community, a classroom might look nice on the surface, giving a good impression and having good results, but it can happen that its internal environment might remain weak. Weakness in this case is manifested where students lack the more important relational skills, fundamental for their future. Empathy, sincere kindness and unity are more useful than passing test scores for changing communities and an ailing world, as Goldman underlines. An empathetic environment is a smarter environment, where very strong relationships between social emotional learning and cognitive development and performance are built. The definition can be summed up by the actor Mark Ruffalo and the Muppy Kid Sesame Street. Mark: empathy is when you're able to understand and care about how someone else is feeling. Murray: oh, right, that's what empathy is. I don't get it. We've all experienced this. It's a challenging concept to define, especially when differentiating it with sympathy, compassion, and understanding. It's much better illustrated with examples than described in words. In fact, Mark himself shows empathy for Muppet Murray in choosing the examples by which to demonstrate it. Stubbing his toe, losing his teddy bear. These aren't things you would use to explain empathy to an adult. Sesame Street thought about the experiences a child would identify with to elicit empathy within themselves as a means to explain it. You could understand exactly how I was feeling. I've done a lot of research on empathy education, especially when it comes to kids. In short, it's a chain reaction. Those who receive empathy are more likely to give it. Kudos to Sesame Street for taking on such a challenging topic, giving parents and caretakers an opening to talk about this crucial human capacity with the youngest members of our society before they've been deprogrammed. We are wired to care, but just like any muscle, it atrophies when it goes unused.